Hello, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel where we focus on using ordinary materials to make beautiful things. Today I want to show you a book haul that I got from the VNSA used book sale this past weekend. This is an ad for next year's sale. You can see February 18, 19, 2023. VNSA is a charity organization. It's Volunteer Nonprofit Service Association. And each year at the Arizona Fairgrounds in Phoenix, they hold a huge book sale. This place is massive. It covers 2 of the exhibit halls at the fairgrounds. They do it for 1 weekend, and all of the proceeds that they raise go towards nonprofit organizations. So they're benefiting Arizona Friends of Foster Children Foundation and Literacy Volunteers of Maricopa County. And I was looking at their website, and they have raised as an organization over $8 million that they have fed into nonprofits in our community, in our area. So this is a really great cause, really worthy cause. And every year, Lochinvar and I go to the book sale, and we always go on Sunday. And you can see it says most books half price on Sunday. So first of all, the books are very inexpensive to begin with on Saturday, but we just don't want to fight the crowd, honestly. And traditionally, when he was a choir director for 20 plus years, he was always gone that weekend because it was always Jazz Madrigal Festival at NAU. So we couldn't go on Saturday anyway. So we always went on Sunday when it's half price. So I have to show you what I got yesterday. So I'm going to start, I think, with the biggest ones probably and work to the smallest ones. So you can see this is marked $4. It was $2. I paid $2 for this book. And it is beautiful. So I'm just going to kind of open it and do, just flip to some pages here so you can see. There are photographs. There is beautiful vellum between many of the photographs. The photographs are attached to the page so that I can take the photographs off, use the photographs, and still have this beautiful paper. Some of the photographs even flip out. Let me show you, like this. So you could make a really cool double page flip out spread using the photograph itself as a background. This is nothing, this is just a gorgeous coffee table book. Even the end papers are pretty heavy linen. So I'm just going to kind of flip so you can see. So look at this. And then some of these are gone and some of these are still here. But it doesn't matter because whatever I get. You know, for $2, when I saw this book, I just fell in love with it. I had to have it. At the point I saw this, I had already filled the bag that I had said was going to limit how much I bought. I have to limit by time or by bag or something because if I don't, I'll buy way too much. And I probably bought way too much anyway. But if I have a limit, you know, Lochinvar and I both took a bag and we filled it, each of us. And we fill it for, you know, different reasons. He buys things to read, to entertain us. He's an excellent reader and he reads out loud to me, and I have to tell you, that's one of the joys of being married to him. So I fill bags looking for things to make something out of. So this is beautiful. Let me show you, even without the dust cover. Look at the cover with that on it. I mean, you could use this, cut it down and use it as a cover for a junk journal and have the shells already on it, and there's this linen-y background. So everything about this book is lovely. This one is a lot of fun too. The Atlas of Shipwrecks and Treasure. So this one, again, it's marked $4. I paid $2 for it. Love the inside, the leaf page here. there are some really cool pictures. I have a couple of really nice atlases, but this one I couldn't resist. Look at this when you get to the back. It's printed. There are ships printed over on these pages with lists of shipwrecks. Isn't that something? Those are beautiful. I think that'd make a really pretty background page. And then, of course, there are some maps in the back because it is an atlas. But when you get further in, you get pictures of ships. And then some, like this is a nice illustration, I think, as opposed to a photograph. So there's some really cool illustrations in here with maps and treasure. I can see doing a journal that has to do with the ocean or the sea and have treasures and all kinds of things. So this is just, and look at some of the treasures. Nice, there's a lovely drawing there of a ship. So this one was a lot of fun too. I couldn't resist this. I am drawn to the ocean. So, you know, the idea that I bought an entire book on shells, an entire book on shipwrecks with treasures is not unheard of for me. This one is in the travel section. It was marked $3. I paid $1.50 for it. Here it is without the dust cover. The dust cover just looks like it. This is Mallorca. Look at some of the pictures. I could just see tons of backgrounds in this. Again, just beautiful photographs. And photographs are more new looking, but you can do things to grunge them up if you want it to look older. You can put some clear gesso on it to flatten out the shine a little bit. You can decoupage a napkin over it, which gives it, you know, more of a look like it's behind old glass kind of in many ways. If you put just like a basic white napkin or some can't think of the name of it, some kind of just really thin paper over it, it makes it look like it's older, takes away the shine. So these are lovely. I want to go here. After looking at this book, I want to go here. So, oh, it's gorgeous. So I've never been to Mallorca, but it looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So again, lovely, you know, big cocktail table book, you know, yeah, coffee table book, I guess is what it's called. So for $1.50. Okay, so I said I was gonna work from largest down. Oh my gosh, I'm moving stuff around here. So I'm gonna have to pull some off here. I've kind of got them stacked up. So this one was in the arts and crafts and collectors area, collectible area. This one was $2. It didn't have a price tag on it. So anything that doesn't have a price tag, they end up, you know, just charging like $2 for. But this is from the Dover Pictorial Archive series, which means you can use the images here, like in projects and stuff. It even gives you like permission to put images in your projects. So you can use up to 10 per project. Look at this stuff. Isn't this cool? I love some of these. I like this one. This chocolatier. Isn't that gorgeous? So I can just see, you know, cutting this out and coloring it or painting it and putting it on the corner of a page. So these are just all old images they have compiled. Look at the cars. All kinds of things. So people and things and objects. Look at this. I love this one. Or this one. Oh, she's just reclining. Am I? Animals. Look, like farm animals and machinery. fruits and vegetables and flowers. Just gorgeous. Early advertising cuts. So these are images from old advertising. Right. I just thought that was cool. This one was a lot of fun. It's marked $1, so I paid 50 cents for this. And this has, it's a drawing book. It's about doing pen and ink drawing. So there's this, the artist is talking about, you know, pens and inks and her different materials. Look at her. I love the font on some of this. And then it's the pages where she has written things is done in this beautiful handwriting, hand script font. And then she has these beautiful pen and ink drawings that she did. And then there are some where she has overlaid them. See if I can get there. With watercolor, right. So here she's going to talk about the watercolor overlay. And then here's some with the watercolor. Aren't those beautiful? They're just beautiful. And this it's glossy, but it's not a heavyweight paper. It just has a really nice feel to it. And then here's some more of the pen and ink. So it has some of the glossy mixed in. And you can see she has, I think we saw this one in the watercolor. Right, here it is. Here it is in watercolor. And here it is in the pen and ink. So I just think that's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So 50 cents, guys. I paid it, you know. And you can see they have different sections. This place is really well organized. There are so many, they can't really organize it, you know, down to the book, but they can certainly organize it by section, and they do. They work on this book sale all year. This is a big deal. People camp out the night before to be the first ones in the sale on Saturday morning. They have a rare and unusual book section that I don't frequent that section just because I am usually there looking for bargains, and I'm sure those are bargains too, but I don't really know enough about rare and unusual books to know what I'm looking at. So I kind of try to find some vintage books and some books that I think are gonna just help me with my art projects. The one I just showed you, I think this one is from, okay, so this one's 1988, so it would be vintage, what, 98, 08, 18, that's, you know, 34 years ago. I want to say the seashell one was from the 70s, maybe. This one is a vintage book as well. This one is Canadian Centennial Library, or Centennial Food Guide. Let's see, this one is from 1966, so it's only a year younger than I am. And this one has really, the paper on its own is lovely, and some of these flourishes around the edges. It has a lovely patina. There are some lovely drawings inserted. I like that the text is in two-tone out to the side, and you can see there's some illustrations. So there's some drawings, and then, you know, there's some photographs. So I just thought this was a lot of fun. Some of the products. We still have a lot of these products, but packaging looks very different. So I just couldn't resist. Look how beautiful this is. Temperance songs from the Union Songbook. Lime juice cordials. New wine and old cheese. And just the fonts on some of this is so cool. Like, I feel like I could just kind of piece together some of those letters and do something else. Or just put it in the background. I don't know. The exotic apple. I love this. Isn't that pretty? So that one's a lot of fun. Let's see what else. I have some foreign language ones, but I want to save those till we've looked at the other ones. So I think we'll skip to some of the smaller ones here. This one again was 50 cents. It was marked $1, so it was half off. And this one just has some really cute illustrations. The paper is thicker, it's a little glossier, and it's rather heavy, so I think it would make really nice backing for you know, journaling cards, like to have this on the front and then put, you know, just put some thin paper on the back to make a journaling card. So it's got some nice fairy tale illustrations. Black and white and color. So I just couldn't resist, you know, when something's 50 cents and it has pretty illustrations, like the mermaid one, then you just have to have it. And the cover is, it would be fun to make look like a small little journal, something, and use this cover, pre-made cover, because it is pretty sturdy. And usually I cover it, but you could maybe cover parts of it and like leave the little gold here. I can see that. Another little book I got that was 50 cents is A Little English Book of Teas. This one was cute too, because this one has recipes, but it has really pretty little illustrations that go with them rather than photographs. And I love the quality, that, you know, that artistic quality of having an illustration instead of a photograph, which I just think is really fun. It just brings a different level of craftsmanship to the book. Photographs are beautiful, don't get me wrong, I like photographs. But when you have something, I'm gonna keep moving my little mat here. When you have, you know, when you have a photograph of something and then you've drawn it, it just adds a level of artistry. I mean, looking at all the stippling in the background, thinking about how much time it took the artist to create these drawings. So that one was a lot of fun, and I love tea and all kinds of stuff, so that would have to be, you know, one of the fun things. So thinking of tea, I got another one. It's marked 3 here and it's marked 2 here, and I think I got it for $1. I think they took the 2. This one even has some tea in the front. I don't know how good it is because I didn't buy it for that. But the end papers are gorgeous. Each of the pages has these beautiful frames, right? So we've got the text, and then we have lovely illustrations with these gorgeous floral frames around them. Look at this. I just, you know, I just couldn't resist. So at the back, there are some illustrations that are just tea related. Different teacups, different kinds of cups. I already made one tea journal, but that's not to say that I won't make another or put tea pages in journals I have, because I love English tea things, and I love paper dolls. Even though I'm a coffee person, I do enjoy a cup of tea in the evening, and I really enjoy doing afternoon tea. We've been to several tea houses in the area. Isn't that beautiful? I just couldn't get over how pretty this is with the plates, the serving pieces, and the pieces of art. Yeah, and all these borders. You know, even if you just cut out the center and use the border on a page for something, I just can't imagine. So that one's really pretty. I guess if we're looking at beverages, I bought a cocktail book too. So this one was $1. And I bought this one because I am thinking about making a cocktail themed journal. And this one has some really pretty photographs. Each page has a really beautiful photograph. So the cocktail recipe is here and the photograph's here. I think it would be really fun to make journal cards out of these and put the picture on the front and the recipe on the back and stick them into a cocktail themed journal. So when I looked at it, I thought that would be a really great use of the page. You know, and you know, we could crop it a little bit and make it more vertical if we wanted to. And then put the recipe on the back. But the pictures were just lovely. The colors, I love that they're all photographed on black with that background. They're very dramatic. So I think that would make really fun journaling cards. And maybe recipes. I think it'd be fun to do some of these and then make some blank recipe cards that to put in for people to write their own recipes and maybe take their own picture and print it and put it on the front. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be, I think, a cool thing to do in a journal like that. This one was $1. This is another one that came from the travel section. It is a travel guide. I think it's from the 1950s. I'll have to look. The cover was kind of coming apart, but we saved it. Look at the end pages. Yep, there's the rest of the cover. England, Scotland, and Wales. Let's check the date on it. I saw one. 1949. Okay, I thought it was 1950s, but a little earlier. So this one has information, travel information, obviously, and then drawings, illustrations mixed in. And I guess I never really thought about what a travel guide might look like in 1949. It would be really fun to compare a travel guide from then to a travel guide from now. Look at this. I like this one. South Wales. We were, a couple of years ago, for our 25th anniversary, we took a cruise. It was a 14-day cruise, and it was around some of the British Isles. We didn't get to all of them. We did Ireland and Northern Ireland and England and Wales and France and Belgium, that area. And Wales, I fell in love with Wales. I felt so at home there. Ireland was beautiful too. Ireland, I have to say, was a gorgeous place. But there was something about Wales that just attracted me. I just felt like I felt very at home there, like I had been there forever. It was just a lovely place to be. So I'm looking forward to going back someday. I'd like to go to Scotland too. We haven't been to Scotland yet. And we'd really like to go to Scotland. My husband has some Scottish ancestry on his side. I'm sure I have some Scottish on mine too. Scotch Irish, English Irish, that whole area. But he enjoys his kilts, and he has his family tartan. So that's a lot of fun. So that one I thought was just good fun. Okay, let's take a look at the foreign language ones I bought. So this was fun because there's a whole section that's a foreign language section. And I started with this one. It's an alphabet book in 4 languages: English, Spanish, French, and German. And so it's just an ABC book with really pretty illustrations and then the different languages below. And I thought the illustrations were interesting. You know, I mean, seems like Yeti is Yeti, right? Yeti, 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 and Yeti, you know, Yeti. And so some of them aren't really very different. It's not that the words are different, but I think it's kind of fun to see that the words, you know, look a little different. Wasserball. Yeah, that one's kind of cool. So I think maybe the idea is to show how much the languages have in common, because the words that they chose were pretty pretty close, but the illustrations were fun, and it just seemed like a lot of fun, something fun to have. So that one was pretty, I thought. And there's this one. So I paid $1.25 for this. In Arabic, I believe. Looks like it was printed in Israel. The writing. And I'm sure it just looks like plain old writing to people who use that alphabet and that language, but you know, to an American like me, it just looks really different and beautiful. And I love all of the illustrations that go with it. So I think having that text is fun. And I love that the illustrations, again, are drawn instead of photographs. And most children's books seems like they have art illustrations as opposed to photographs. So that's kind of a good bet. So that one's beautiful. I love this picture on the front. Here's another one. Let's see. What's this one? Oh, I have this one. This one was $1.50. It looks kind of like an encyclopedia, sort of like reference, you know, general knowledge kind of book. It talks about, it looks like it has some things about religion, and it has some medical stuff, and stuff about children, and, you know, bandaging wounds, and not a lot of illustrations in this one until we get a little further back. There are some that have to do with medical things, and then like here, there's some insects, you know, so it just seems like a general knowledge kind of thing. There's some stuff about fruits and vegetables. There were some olives, weather patterns, the soil, the universe. All right, so it just seems very, very general knowledge, but I just thought the text was really pretty. It was really pretty on this. Again, to somebody who sees that text every day, it probably doesn't look like anything special, but it did to me. Let's see, I think these are 3 that are in Chinese. So I thought this was fun. There's a workbook, so this was 75 cents. And it's a workbook. Isn't that cute? I think workbooks are cute anyway, so I like children's workbooks in pretty much any language. So I just think it's fun. Like, these would make really cute journaling cards. It would make a cute background. It would be cute to tuck in as a page, just as an extra page to give somebody. It'd be fun and happy mail to send them something. So I thought that was good fun. This one was beautiful too. This one was 50 cents. So again, Chinese writing for children. And this has, you know, some English. You can look back in words, so it's like learning Chinese. So this was fun. Again, it would be cute to have journaling cards. What time will it be 2 hours from now? Isn't that cute? So it's just amazing what you can find at this book sale. This one was really pretty. So 75 cents. It is a supplementary reader for somebody who's learning to read in Chinese. There are some nice illustrations, but then just the writing itself is just really beautiful. Again, I'm sure people who, you know, who read Chinese and that's their language, I'm sure it just looks like normal writing to them, and you know, they wouldn't probably be fascinated by it like I am, but I am definitely fascinated by it. So I just think it's beautiful. It just looks so pretty. I don't know if this one has a date in it or not. 1957, copyright 1957. So it's vintage on top of that. This one I think is Swedish. I think the last three I have are all Swedish. So this was $1.25. And look how fun this is. There's a newspaper tucked in at the back. We found this as I was flipping through it, and when I got it home, I found this. It was kind of in the middle. This is dated December 4th, 1983. And it looks like it's about arts education. There's dance. And then when you open it, there's music and looks like swimming. And then here's some kind of, I'm not sure what he's teaching, but it's about this school. Obviously, there's some more dance. There's pottery. There's painting. Isn't that cool? So sometimes you find fun things like this tucked into books. This was like stuck in the middle of the book. And then this one is kind of like a puzzle book for kids. There are drawings and little activities. So it's all these little puzzle activities for kids to do. I like kids' books. I think they're fun. I like that they're colorful, and many of them have really beautiful illustrations. Oh, look at the cat. I didn't notice that one. So that one's cute. Here's another one that's Swedish that was $1.25. Lovely illustrations in this one. I just think it's so much fun to have other languages in your journal, to be able to put things in the background. The text looks so different, and it's fun to have these beautiful illustrations. I love this one with the snow. Looks like someplace I'd like to live. One more. This one was $1.50. This one's beautiful too. This one is about an artist. And there are pictures of the art. Lovely, isn't it? People, oh, that one's cute. So there's one of my favorites in here. I like that one, the angel. This one. This is the one I love the most. I think that one's beautiful. I can just see that maybe even on the cover of a journal. I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool? And then you could honestly like put some flowers on there and embellish it maybe and make it three-dimensional. Look at the little chicks. That just looks like Easter to me, and it's just gorgeous. So my favorite one, right? So I think I'll just leave it there and admire that one for a while. So all of those books it was a little over $20. I think we spent about $33, $34 total, and my husband had like 10 or 12. So the rest of it was mine, which means I had, $22, $23 for all of these books. So I am in seventh heaven, and I am trying to decide what to do with them and what I'm going to clean out of my shelves to make room for them. I hope you enjoyed this little tour of these lovely books. If you are ever in the Phoenix area in February, please, look up the VNSA used book sale, support a good cause, and take home some fabulous, fabulous books. I hope you enjoyed yourself with me today. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. It helps me a lot. I really appreciate it. Feel free to comment below. I always like to see what you have to say about what we're doing. This is a little bit different video than I've ever done. And so next time I will be back making something else. Until then, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.